What's up you guys, it's me Erick Glam and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be very special guys because this is the month of June, and in the month of June we celebrate Pride, and for the LGBTQ or the LGBTQIA community, this is a very special month for all of us because this is the month that we all sit back and reflect on all of our accomplishments, all of our successes, all of our struggles, our uniqueness, our personalities, our quirkiness, all of the things that make us who we are, and for that give us reasons to be proud of who we are and share that with the world. I am very honored to have partnered with Sephora to share with you guys this video and share a little bit about my story, how I came to terms with accepting and loving myself, talk a little bit about some of the struggles that I went through growing up as a child, as a teenager, and hopefully inspire and empower some of you guys to accept yourselves and come to terms with who you are and just spread the love and positivity with the world. Of course, we all know that beauty and makeup is a big part of my life, and believing or not, that in itself played a huge factor in defining who I am, building the person that I am today, and just giving me a sense of purpose and life, giving color back to my life, because makeup really did that for me. So grab a drink, grab a snack, and sit back and enjoy this video, baby, because this is going to be a special one. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell button down below so you guys don't miss any of my videos. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get started. Welcome back to my channel. So I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about Sephora and the role Sephora has played in my journey and how it also impacts other people's lives. So recently, Sephora launched their new manifesto that we belong to something beautiful. That in itself is a very beautiful statement because it's true. We all belong. We are all beautiful. We're all part of something, and we should never feel like we don't fit or we don't belong anywhere we go, because there's always something special about ourselves, and there shouldn't ever be a place where we feel less or not included, or we feel prejudiced, or we feel criticized, or whatever you want to say, all the injustices that people have to go through in life, unfortunately. So that's a beautiful statement that I personally relate very closely with, and to me that's not anything new, because Sephora has always been a place that has been welcoming and has made you feel like you belonged. They've always believed in inclusivity, in positivity, in diversity. I mean, just look at the employees that work with Sephora. They're all very diverse. They don't necessarily fit just one definition of the ideal employee. Everybody's welcomed and everybody felt like they belong, that they are part of something big, part of something beautiful. So I'm really excited to kind of like share my story with you guys and kind of like connect how this relates to this beautiful statement. I will actually have the link on the description box below. If you guys want to learn a little bit more about this manifesto, you guys can read up more on it and learn a little more about this new era that Sephora is going through. But yeah, it's really exciting, and I just couldn't be more proud to be a part of the Sephora squad and share with you guys this amazing message and share my story with all of you. So I'm going to be very mindful of your time, and I'm gonna summarize my story because honestly I could talk about it for days, and I do plan on doing something more detailed a little bit later on, but for this purpose we're just gonna give you a very summarized version. So a lot of you guys know I was born and raised in Mexico because I create my videos in English and in Spanish, and I proudly talk about it, and I have some vlogs of the few times that I've been back to Mexico, so that's no secret. But anyone that knows a little bit about Mexico knows that Mexico is a very religious country, and because it's very religious, people are very conservative, very traditional in the way that they view things, especially sexuality and gender identity. At a very young age, I knew I was different, and I remember my mom always telling me when I was a little boy that I was special. Erick, you're special. You're meant to do great things in life. You are a very special person. And just like any mother tells their children, you know, they're made believe that they're special, right? So I believed it. I thought I was special, and I thought that me being different was because I was special. That's why I was special, because I was different. I didn't necessarily do the same things that all the other boys did. I didn't necessarily like all the things that all the other boys did, especially liking girls, right? So I'm gonna share just very briefly my first boy encounter. So I was in kindergarten. I was probably like 5 years old, and I was sitting on the bus on the way back home, and there was the boy that I had a crush on. And I wanted to hold his hand and maybe give him a cheek, you know, a kiss on his cheek. And this is just like a pure innocent reaction, you know, because you watch movies and you see the boy kiss the girl and everybody's happy. I wanted to do the same thing, right? Well, shortly after that, he pushed me and punched me in the face, and boy, I'm gonna tell you this, my face was not very happy about that. So yes, that was my first, I guess, attempt to, I guess, explore my sexuality, but I was reassured that it wasn't right, that it wasn't, you know, that it couldn't happen anymore. So yeah, of course, the following day, it was really awkward in school because the boy had told everybody in the school, and they started calling me names, calling me, you're gay, you're a girl, the F word, which is surprising that boys would know that word, right? But, and I was like, why are you guys so being so mean to me? I mean, I didn't do anything wrong. I just like him. I'm not gay. I just like boys. Here comes the innocent Eric, you know. I thought that being gay was someone who liked to dress up as a girl. Granted, I was only 5 years old, right? I'm like, no, I'm not gay. I just like boys. And they're like, exactly, that's what gay is. Get away from me. I don't want to contract whatever you have. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. This is bad. I was like confused why people hated me. I was like, I didn't choose this. That's the way I am. I don't remember ever becoming gay. I've always been this way. My mom told me I was special, right? So yeah. So all jokes aside, basically where I'm going with this is that was my first encounter with me realizing I was different, and it honestly did hurt me a lot because right and then I knew deep inside of me that I was gonna struggle quite a lot growing up, because if that was my first encounter as a child, I couldn't even imagine what I was gonna go through as a teenager. So that is the earliest memory I can attribute to the discovery of who I am, and also the reason why I struggled so much growing up. So yes, as time went on and I was growing up and I was, you know, becoming a little older and older, my voice wasn't changing as fast as the other boys. I was still scrawny. My body hadn't really become broad on my shoulders. I was always this little skinny boy with a very soft voice. I was very weak in the sense of like, you know, I got hurt easily. I was kind of like flimsy. I mean, I was just not the most masculine boy, you know, out there. And that always kind of added to the whole gay thing. And for many years I tried to like hide it by wearing like baggy clothes and like faking my voice and like forcing myself to date girls, hoping that that phase was gonna go away, because they make you believe that being gay is just a phase and it's something that you have power of controlling. So I was like, no, it's gonna go away, it's gonna go away, it's gonna go away, it's gonna go away. It never went away. It never went away. And yeah, I mean, I prayed and prayed and prayed. I got more involved with church. I remember being fearful that if people found out that I was gay, that they were going to send me to like conversion therapy or something. I was terrified. So I was like, if I fake it enough for me to be old enough to move away, then I don't have to worry about this. But girl, it's hard to hide who you really are. I mean, all this glamorousness cannot be hidden, honey. The glitter can be shining from the skies. So I started kind of like accepting who I was secretly. So I would watch my aunts and my mom get ready for work, play with makeup, and I was always fascinated by how beautiful they looked and how amazing, you know, it was that they went from no makeup to having makeup and hair and like nice clothes, and that completely changed their demeanor, their personality, their sassiness, you know, all of that changed. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. So when they were all gone, I would always peek into their makeup bags, maybe steal a palette for a day or two, and then I would draw my own face charts, even before I even knew what face charts were. I didn't have access to internet back in those days, so I had no idea about anything. I just would explore based on what I saw. And while that was really fun, I would just play with their makeup, drawing my own face charts, but I was still terrified to put that makeup on myself. But yeah, time kept going, and finally as a family we decided to move to the States because my mom and we were all tired of not seeing our dad. We would see our dad once a year and it was just very difficult. So we decided to move to the States, unite the family, and I took that opportunity as a fresh start. I gave myself a fresh start. I wanted to start over. New friends, new people, new place, new culture, new everything, new language. So I started accepting myself. I was like, I come here, I'm not gonna show weaknesses. I'm not gonna show that I am you know, this or that. I'm just gonna show who I really am, and if people like me, awesome. If not, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to love myself and be happy. So I started going to school, and we start with a, you know, tinted moisturizer, maybe a little pink lip balm and, you know, the chapstick and all that stuff. And that's how it started, and I was always obsessed with it. I would always compliment people with nice makeup, and I would start watching more runway shows and like maybe tutorials. And when I went away for college, that's when I decided to finally explore my passion for makeup. So I started going to drugstores and getting some makeup, but I knew I wanted more. So there was a Sephora store nearby. My God, the girls knew us so well. I would go there so often. Obviously, I would ask for a ton of samples because as a college student, you don't have a big budget. But I would ask for a ton of samples, and I remember how I always felt welcomed. I felt celebrated for being me and being comfortable for being me. The girls were so amazing, and Sephora, I just always remember it as a place of peace, being welcomed and always feeling like I belong there. And that's part of the reason why I kept going back there. So I remember buying like a dip brow pomade from Anastasia at Beverly Hills and a Tarte palette. I mean, I bought a bunch of stuff. I probably still have it somewhere in my drawer because I have all my special makeup still stored away. But that was my first encounter with makeup, and ever since, I remember Sephora was going to be a big part of my journey and my love for this industry. So later on after college, I decided to pursue a career in beauty and becoming a full makeup artist and beauty influencer. And I couldn't tell you how much that changed in my life. Made me whole, made me feel like I belong, made me feel like I have a purpose in life, you guys. So being in beauty has definitely given me purpose, like I said before. But not only that, it makes me feel like I am good at something. People appreciate what I do, and not only that, but seeing people become confident, and you know, when you make someone feel beautiful and all of that, it's a very empowering and very humbling experience. And that's part of the reason why I love makeup. Being a Latino beauty influencer is a little bit difficult because, of course, you know, there is a standard for what males should be doing and whatnot, but my life wasn't easy in the beginning, and if it was easy, probably I would be bored, right? I am glad that I went through what I went through, not in a celebratory way, but in a comforting and an accepting way, because all the obstacles and all the difficulties that I went through growing up definitely shaped me to be the strong-minded and the strong person I am today. And beauty is always going to be that harness, that foundation to this amazing sculpture, this amazing piece of art that we build, that is life. I'm so excited to have, and so happy to also be a part of this community, and being a part of the Sephora squad has only elevated my passion, has only elevated my expectations of what I should be doing in this industry. And I hope that my message and my story will motivate and will empower a lot of you guys to accept yourselves, love yourselves, and not be afraid to be who you are, because baby, you are born this way, and together we all belong to something beautiful. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you, Sephora, for giving the opportunity to share our message, promote a community of we, and just be glamorous, be happy, and share our pride with the world. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you on the next one. Mwah.